All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS who as well. Peace and salutations to the light. My name is Ainal. The title of this video is another M.O.T.B video, right? And we're in that time now where things are definitely moving very fast. All right, another M.O.T.B video, and just bring it out to show you that this is what's in the news now. You know, this is what the world is talking about. They're talking about the M.O.T.B. They're talking about World War III, and of course they're talking about Jacob's trouble, even if they don't know it yet, right? And the Jacob's trouble is the world's trouble, right? So all these things are happening now, real time in the world, and the prophets have been talking about these things, you know, from the very beginning, before you could clearly see, right? Before you even knew the wicked was already at work, pursuant to Second Thessalonians 2, which I'll get, you know, before you could know all of that. The prophets, you know, were standing boldly out there on the street corners, telling these things. I'm talking about the prophet of GMS, talking about the elder apostles from Elder Apostle Har on down, right? And the men that followed, the men that came in the YouTube era, right? And even now to this point where we have men like myself speaking on it, all right? So anyway, M.O.T.B, all right?
Well, there's a new German company that just started that can actually freeze your body and keep it preserved for how many ever years.
Now it says this chip allows you to live forever. It says new 666 chip, right? So, you know, the world, you know, is, well, I wouldn't say the world. I would say a lot of people is waking up to the fact, right? Because the Most High Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, has poured his spirit out upon all flesh, right? And the things of Esau are being searched out. And to be honest, the truth, you know, is it came from the men of the Lord, the prophets, and they've been speaking on it, like I said, and now it's here. So it's through the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai that these things are coming out now, right? Because of what was laid, you know, in the beginning, right? You know, so yeah.
You want it to be preserved for, and also use a chipset in which your entire soul or the memory or consciousness can be transferred into this chip, so that in the future they can bring you back to life, so that you can live in the future and experience what life in the future is going to be like. Now, apparently this startup right here is from Germany, and it seems like a group of scientists who've been working very keen into preserving human body and trying to make sure that even if we are dead, they can bring us back to life using some sort of a neurotechnology that basically transfers your entire consciousness into a tiny chip. Now, if you want to preserve your body and wake up in the future, it's actually going to cost you about $200,000 in order to basically cheat death. Now, according to the reports,
right, you can't cheat that. All right, so it's supposed to one day ago. All right, this is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. It says, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." So there's no cheating death, right? And you know, trying to get away from the Lord, trying to hide yourself from the Lord, right? Trying to live forever. But that's the pseudo science reality of this digital age, right? That Esau Edom is talking about in his New World Order. You know, just signs and lying wonders, right? Persuading you that what he's doing is a good thing. And I forgot to actually get this other precept I just thought about, because it's going to give you a cancer too. You know, I just want to hit a few points. Of course, you know, the scriptures going into it about this M.O.T.B. We you know, we talk about it all the time, but it's here, you know, and we're just still bringing it out.
German chronic startup is now offering a chance at a second life for the cost of a sports car, where it seems like they're going to put you through some sort of medication and inside some sort of a laboratory, and they're basically going to cool your body down for like a very long period of time, probably 10 years or 20 years or 30 years or even 50 years ahead in the future. It depends on whatever the customer asks for. And this right here is like the facility in which they're apparently going to keep every single body inside for many years to come, and they're just going to preserve you inside of this for generations to come. Now, the guy from the company actually gives us like a brief explanation as to how this whole process works, and I think you guys should definitely take a look at this one. So here we go. Pausing.
Yeah, all right, so it's all lies and BS, and of course we're gonna get into it, but this is the man of lawlessness at work, right, being revealed in these last days, because he is directly tied to this number 666 chi-psi stigma, right, where he imprints or implements the M.O.T.B into your body, right, and the world is talking about it, right? So this is Second Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So Esau even will be revealed in these last days, right? And he's also the son of perdition, right? He's going into destruction, right? Ultimately, pursuant to Obadiah 1:18. But it says, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, that is worship, so that he as God sit up in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Now, you had your World Economic Forum, right, which is really the, Esau, Edom. Doesn't matter if they call it the world, they're over the world, right? The scriptures in Job 9:24 said the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, right? And they control the world, right? So, the dude called Schwab, right, said that you own nothing to be happy. He also said that he's God, and you can't take that away from him. I believe the Noval Harari guy also said that, right? These Amalekites, right? These banking elites talking about themselves being God, right? So it's all there, their own tongue is falling upon themselves, right? It says, remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now you know what withholded that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way, right? And that's the way I was bringing out. Prophets were out there on the street corners telling you all the things that's happening now before you even consider, that this devil was really the devil, that he was wicked, and he's being revealed more in these last days. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh, Bashim shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Right, yeah. And the spirit of his mouth is the prophets, right? He spoke by the mouth of his prophets, and also Yahweh is going to come and destroy him and finish him off. And then ultimately, like I said, pursuant to Obadiah 1:18, he's going to be done away with, in the new kingdom to come, right? New Jerusalem, right? When the Israelites rule, the so-called black man is ruling, right? That's when Esau will be done away with after he serves 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, which is servitude, right? Slavery. He's going to get a double portion of slavery, right? We had our portion here in this life. The Israelites, so-called black man, woman, and child. Esau's going to have his portion soon to come. He's going to get it doubly back. It says, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, right? And that's what he's doing right now with all these power, signs, and lying wonders. The scriptures talk about, don't trust in him. He said he helped in vain, right? He's going to be to no avail, right? Because what? Ultimately, you think it's a lot of things, First of all, what I'll say about this video is that this whole Neuralink preserving your body is never going to work. And most of this forward, what you'll see is preserving your body for meat. The dude, Jacob Rothschild, that died, he had a number of heart transplants. All this is a big ass freezer for the elites to continue on, because that's the only way they can continue, right? To try to continue to preserve their life until ultimately it just doesn't work anymore, right? By taking body parts. I'm on Isaiah 30. This is Isaiah 30. Judah warned against Egyptian alliance. Woe to rebellious children, said the Lord Yahweh, Bashim, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Yeah, so you take the counsel of the devil, and he can't help you. It says that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen himself in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Right, so you trust in the Esau. Even the scriptures say when a rich man speaketh, people hearken, but when the lowly, speaking, no one listens. Roughly paraphrasing. So Esau Edom will tell you some shit like, yeah, we can preserve your body for 50 years in the future, and you'll be all right. And meanwhile, personally, they probably got like 8 months left, in my humble opinion. Right around the Passover. No one knows the day or hour, but that's pretty much what I said. I remember I said a year and a half. And that was before Trump got elected or something like that. So, I've been counting down the months. But like I said, no one knows their hour. Obviously, we don't know. But, that's pretty much what I said. And I'll just stick to it. If it don't happen, we just hasten the day. All right. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be ashamed, and trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. Yeah. Because once again, you're going to get that pestilence, that wicked ass pestilence that's going to get you messed up by taking his mark. Ultimately, it's a trick, because Yahweh is going to destroy you. Let me grab that. This is Revelation 16 and 1. It says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the vials, right? And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image, right? So that's cancer, a canker sore, right? And it just so happened that I believe Russia actually has the cure to cancer, right? But this is going to be a different spiritual type of cancer, right? But I just want to say that part too, that Russia, which I look more into it, but Russia may have the cure to cancer, the actual cure, and they're giving it for free, So this is going to be a different cancer, sore, grievous sore for taking this M.O.T.B radiated device, this digital device, right? So if you got this thing in your brain, you might be retarded. You're going to get stupid because you get cancer in your brain stop functioning, but ultimately it's just, a freezer for meat and body part replacements. As a matter of fact, I had different titles. I forgot them. One title was, you took organ donor off your license and resorted to freezing your body. But you'll see what I'm talking about once you say this.
They're not alive because obviously there's no metabolism, not functioning, not moving around.
The guy from the company actually gives us like a brief explanation as to how this whole process works, and I think you guys should definitely take a look at this one. So here we go.
Passing. They're not alive because obviously there's no metabolism, not functioning, not moving around. So people say, well, if they're not alive, they must be dead. Well, no, there's kind of an in-between state, which is not really alive or dead. So in our view, dying is a process, and cryonics stops that process. It puts dying on a pause.
So this whole operation, it's called as cryonic.
Yeah, okay, so once they kill you, because this is what they're doing, you're dead, right? There's no bringing you back to life. They're going to freeze you to death, or freeze you and preserve your body for body parts,
Operations.
And that should go into the future where we have greater capabilities to reverse that and bring you back to life. The first stage of the procedure, we have to wait until the patient's been declared legally dead. We then move the patient from the bed into this ice bath, and we're going to cover them in ice and add some water. Obviously, we don't have that here.
You got a deep freezer at your house? You might got deep freezers. This is what it is, deep freezer.
Yeah, but we're going to use this device called the squid to circulate icy water around the patient. That accelerates the cooling, external cooling. At the same time, we're going to apply a mechanical CPR device. It's much more efficient and less tiring than manual CPR, and a respirator. First of all, we have to circulate blood around the patient.
Otherwise, does that mean that the mechanical CPR is just going to keep doing it
out of the brain, especially? So we have to circulate that around. And also,
I remember the next title. I said the title was they don't have to be smart. They just have to be smarter than you, right? And obviously, these people are definitely smarter than the American people. These banking elites, they control all the money.
So we're going to give a series of medications to protect the cells. So we're going to stop the patient from returning to consciousness, number one. We're going to stop the blood from clotting. We're going to keep the blood pressure up.
Donald Trump told you he was going to start the war in 24 hours.
All these things we have to do to maintain
return to consciousness. Yeah, so I
patient.
actually heard about this whole story. It seems like this little kid right here, she was going through some sort of a cancer, and her parents decided that she's not going to be alive for a long time. So they decided to go ahead and put this child through one of these treatments, which is known as the Chronic Preservation Organization that's going on, so that they can resurrect her back in the future anytime they have any sort of advancement in medications, possibly cure the illness that she's going through.
Yeah, Russia has a cure for cancer right now, and it's free. They're giving it away. All right. So anyway, Revelations 13 and 15 says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right. This was the new world order, the digital age, where they issue forth this M.O.T.B, right? The RFID chip. It says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Shalom to those elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Lord willing, edify. Shalom.